Hello, I'm Jashykins, and it's finally over. It's there's not going to be another episode of Fringe. It's not like it's the end of a season and then, in the fall there's going to be a new season with new adventures. It's been an amazing time, but let me get to talking about the series finale. Now what I'm going to be doing is breaking my review of the finale into two parts, because the finale isn't just one episode, it's actually 2 episodes, and I'm like, how about I just, split it into 2 parts so I can cover more ground. Anyways, I'm jashykins, and I'm going to review part 1 of the Fringe series finale, and the episode is Liberty, and the episode, the glyphs spell out love, and there's a lot of love going on. September, I might be confusing things from Liberty to the other one, the second part, Enemy of Fate, from time to time, so please excuse that. Anyways, love, there was September was talking about Michael and about how he was like, I was just going to send you with him, but now I want to go, so there's some love going on. And the main thing with this episode and why it's called Liberty is because they go to Liberty Island to rescue Michael. Now, they make it very clear in the beginning of this episode that there is no fucking way that you can sneak into the facility, Liberty Island, Statue of Liberty. And so Olivia's like, I can cross into the other universe, but I just need some cortexiphan. Long story short, so some people aren't really happy, like, that's fucking stupid, you'll die, and she does it anyways. And I must say what Olivia perceives when she's going from universe to universe, the transition, was lovely. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? And it was good to behold. And of course, some people might have actually brought up, well, why didn't Olivia do this earlier in the season? Get shot up with cortexiphan. Well, it's clearly shown in this episode, besides, Walter saying the warnings, that it basically only lasts for 3.5 hours, and you can see Olivia, well, worse than when you're drunk. Yeah, she's like, just seeing things coming in and out of existence, basically, getting confused about what she's looking at. So yeah, something that only lasts 3.5 hours and makes you act like that and feel like that, yeah, it's very good. But that's very good. And it's actually really sort of funny and also aggravating, this next part. You see, all this season there has been following the tape so you can get everything needed for we don't know what the fuck. And then we find out last episode it's this machine to send Michael into the future. But the machine doesn't get used because guess what? It's not working. It doesn't work. So basically this whole thing this season turns out to be fucking useless. Now, yes, September goes to December, but that's actually the beginning of next episode, so I'll talk about that in the next video. Yeah, it's funny, Red Bresmer pointed it out to me last night, and I was like, yeah. But I like this when September says he'll take Walter's place, because it turns out Walter isn't going to have to die. He's going to have to jump into the future and, you know, not be able to live his old life before. In fact, it's so far into the fucking future, everyone he knows will be dead. The technology will probably be more high-tech, as we've seen with the observers using. So yeah, that's a lot to risk. And, you know, September's like, yay, I took the inoculation, because it turns out Walter had given this serum, so in case he died or he couldn't go, someone else could go to the future. So yeah. But Astrid, of course, doesn't get used as much, but I am glad that she was the one to sort of point out when they were like, oh, how are we going to make sure that the other side is safe? Because what the observers invade the other side. And Astrid's like, there. And there's the cracked glass from the episode Peter from, I believe it is season 2. Yeah. I like that. And we find out that Royals is the dove. And he has a good comment, like, this one guard's trying to say, you're the dove, and he's like, I'm more of a raven, don't you think? So, there it is. Royals is the dove. Yeah, that seems really fucking obvious now looking back at it. I was like, oh yeah, of course it's him. So yay. And it's funny, Windmark is suspicious of Broyles. Basically, Windmark knows that Broyles is the dove in this episode, he finds out. And so he searches the car with the little thingy that can tell about past conversations, which is pretty damn cool. And Windmark takes all this effort to be nice and sneaky, and then Broyles is talking to the gang on the cell phone, and then he looks and notices 2 gloves, and he's like, Windmark, dude, you're supposed to be sneaky, badass, and you leave fucking gloves there. Yeah, just do that. And then, you know, last episode I was sort of angry that Michael just walks off the train. He's like, oh, we're going to get away safe. Let me get up. Gee! Oh, I'm captured. Gee! But it sort of turns out that I think the only explanation, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that we get with Michael doing this is that, oh, he knew he'd be rescued. I think they might have hinted that he was doing it to protect the group, but there was never really concrete answer except he knew he'd be saved. Oh, and before I end this part, we get to see the alternate universe again, and I love seeing this, even though it's very brief, and just as a brief, oh, how are you doing? Yay, 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 let's rescue this boy, goodbye. It was really nice to see what Olivia and Lincoln Lee were doing, and I swear this might just be me, but I swear that Lincoln Lee was regretting his decision a little bit, because it seems that once he looks at Olivia, he's like, I just went in here so I could bang some chick and pretend she was you. And it's like that's sort of hitting him when he sees Olivia again. and there's some like sadness. And when Olivia goes away, it seems like he's reminiscing on the past. I never really escaped it, because I think even when he left to go to the alternate universe to be with Olivia, he was just doing it so he could bang Olivia, not because he really liked Olivia as a person, but more as a representation. I think that was sort of shown in this episode. But yeah. And this episode ended with September going to December's apartment. And that's all I'll talk about for this video. A little later I'll be getting a video out about Enemy of Fate, which will actually probably be sooner rather than later. And once I put both of these two videos on one post on my blog, that'll make no sense. So, I have been Jashykins, owner at jashykins.blogspot.com. If you want to contact me for whatever reason, hey, we can talk about Fringe. I'd love to talk about Fringe. I'd love to hear what you have to say about Fringe. You can contact me at facebook.com/jashykins fan page or on Twitter at jashykins. In both places I give updates of what I'm going to do, why some schedules are changed, so go ahead and do that if you're interested. I'm sorry, Fringe has ended. And if you're viewing this on the YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, share, favorite, or whatever. If you're watching this on my blog, go, comment, share, and thank you just for watching. And until next video, I love you, Fringe. And until next video, goodbye.